Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Brief, your number one source for news in Southeast Asia. The Department of Health, DOH, has reported 426 deaths due to rabies in 2024, underscoring the critical importance of pet vaccinations and public awareness in preventing the disease. According to DOH data, 45% of cases, equivalent to 193 incidents, were linked to bites or exposure to household pets, with 41% involving animals that were not vaccinated. Additionally, 56% of cases were associated with animals whose rabies vaccination status was uncertain. Among the regions most affected were Central Luzon with 56 cases, Calabarzon with 35, and Sac-Sargen with 43. The 2024 statistics indicate a sharp rise in rabies-related fatalities compared to 2020, when 235 cases were recorded. Over the past 4 years, from 2020 to 2024, a total of 1,750 rabies-related deaths have been documented. From January 1st to March 1st, 2025, 55 rabies cases have been reported, marking a 39% decrease from the 90 cases recorded during the same period in 2024. Health Secretary Ted Herbosa emphasized the severity of rabies, noting that the fatality rate among cases recorded in 2024 was 100%. He explained that the virus is transmitted through bites, scratches, or saliva from an infected animal when it comes into contact with open wounds, the eyes, nose, or mouth. Rabies symptoms generally appear within 2 to 3 months of exposure, but they can manifest within weeks or take up to a year, depending on the amount of virus and the entry point into the body. Initial symptoms include fever, weakness, and swelling at the wound site, which can progress to severe conditions such as hydrophobia, fear of water, aerophobia, fear of air, confusion, paralysis, and ultimately, fatal inflammation of the brain and spinal cord. To prevent rabies, the DOH strongly advises pet owners to vaccinate their animals annually. The public is also urged to avoid interactions with unknown animals, particularly aggressive ones. In the event of a bite or scratch, immediate first aid steps include washing the wound thoroughly with soap and running water, seeking medical attention as soon as possible at the nearest health center or animal bite and treatment center. For pet vaccination schedules, owners should coordinate with local veterinarians or government offices. Rabies is entirely preventable with responsible pet ownership and proper vaccination. We encourage everyone to take the necessary precautions to protect themselves and their communities, Herbosa stated. Makati City, Philippines. A Chinese national, previously at the center of controversy for allegedly kicking a cat to death at Ayala Triangle Gardens in Makati, has been arrested by Bureau of Immigration, BI, intelligence officers. The suspect, identified as 32-year-old Xion, was taken into custody outside his residence in Barangay Palanan after authorities discovered he had overstayed his visa. According to BI records, Xion entered the Philippines as a tourist in May 2023 but failed to extend his visa beyond September 2023. When approached by law enforcement, he was unable to provide any legal documentation. As a result, he was immediately detained, processed, and transferred to the BI's holding facility in Bicutan, Taguig, where he awaits deportation proceedings. BI Commissioner Joel Anthony Viado emphasized the importance of foreign nationals abiding by Philippine laws. Filipinos are known for their hospitality, Viado stated. However, guests in our country should not come here and harm our pets. His cruel actions prompted a review of his immigration status, leading to his arrest and upcoming deportation. Xion gained widespread attention online after a video surfaced of him kicking a community cat named Ken while it was resting on a walkway. The cat later succumbed to its injuries, sparking public outrage. Masses of South Koreans gathered in Seoul on Saturday to express their stance on impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol, as the Constitutional Court prepares to determine whether his brief declaration of martial law warrants his removal from office. The court's ruling, expected in the coming days, could have significant political and economic implications, as the case has triggered South Korea's most severe political crisis in decades and unsettled financial markets. In central Seoul, large crowds of anti-Yoon demonstrators filled a public square, demanding his immediate removal and receiving support from opposition politicians. Meanwhile, just a few blocks away, Yoon's conservative supporters flooded an avenue, calling for his reinstatement while waving South Korean and American flags. The major opposition Democratic Party claimed that 1 million people participated in the anti-Yoon rally, while police estimated that each demonstration drew around 43,000 participants, according to Yonhap news agency. Yoon also faces a criminal charge of insurrection but was released from detention last week. His implementation of martial law and the subsequent controversy have deepened political divides between conservatives and liberals, adding strain on institutions and the military, which was caught in a dilemma over whether to enforce his order. For weeks, both pro- and anti-Yoon demonstrators have mobilized in large numbers, with protests drawing hundreds of thousands of participants. Last week, I expected the Constitutional Court to make a decision, but they didn't. Then Yoon was released, which made me even more frustrated, said 48-year-old protester Song Young-sun. So this week, I came here hoping the court will rule on the impeachment case soon. A Gallup Korea poll published on Friday showed that 58% of respondents supported Yoon's impeachment, while 37% were against it. I trust that the judges of the Constitutional Court will make a fair decision and dismiss the case, said Kim Hyung-jun, a 70-year-old Yoon supporter. For more news and updates, please share and subscribe to the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.